or so what sparked my interest in technology? It started off young, started off with games, like most people. My dad got me onto a computer pretty young. He used the computer for business, and so I started playing Madden on the computer, and then eventually that shifted to, PlayStation. I still remember when I was 9 years old on Christmas, I got my first gaming system, which was the original PlayStation. It was the best day of my life until that point. And so eventually this evolved beyond just gaming. And the next big kind of shift was, or expansion was, when I saw the impact that social networks would have. 04, 05, around that time, MySpace, and then eventually Facebook. Just seeing how I and my friend circle used it, you knew that eventually everything would be done, on these social networks. And then maybe the biggest one that kind of showed me the potential impact of technology and made me want to pursue this path of creating technology was the release of the iPhone in 2007. I had the first generation iPhone, and I knew immediately this is going to change the world. Everybody is going to want one of these because it's an extension of your mind in the purest form we've found to date. It's a way to think. It's a way to log, your thoughts. It's a way to connect with people. It's everything you could want, and obviously the promise of the iPhone has been fulfilled. So, I would say games, the explosion of social, and the release of the iPhone are the things that got me most enamored with the impact that technology can have, and are the things that made me want to ultimately pursue creating technology. All right, so today I'm going to talk about three of the screens I've been working on this week, and a little bit of the thought process behind each. So, first off, this is the Figma program. This is what I switched over to from using Sketch. Very similar in terms of functionality, only difference is that Figma is online. It's collaborative, so it's kind of like the Google Docs, whereas Sketch is more like a Microsoft Word where it's on your local machine. But within this first screen is obviously the Explore Discover page. It's going to be the second tab on the tab bar. And at the top of the page, we have a search bar. The Explore page is going to be where people are going to be discovering new content other than home. And so we have a search bar in there to search for users, search for different topics. And then we have kind of a list of the most popular topics, either the most popular or most trending topics, the one that most people have replied to or getting the most views, listed out. So you have the creator of the topic up here, either how long ago it was created or the number of replies, still thinking through that. And we have the topic name here, and then the thumbnails of the different responses. Obviously just me for now, but it'll be a bunch of different faces here. Everybody who responded to this topic. Next one will be the next topic, and so on. And all of these obviously will be different replies, but essentially it'll be a kind of a list of the top topics. You can either tap into a topic to see all of the clips from it, or you can tap on an individual thumbnail, and it'll bring up the clip to view. That's Explore. Obviously still working through it, but there's the general template so far. Next, we have the individual topic page. So once we actually tap into one of these, we'll be brought to the topic page. You'll have the creator and profile photo up here. Again, the time created or how many replies we have here, the actual topic name, and then kind of a grid of the thumbnails of all the different replies. Again, just my photo for now, but all of these will be different people, different faces. And finally, we have the activity page. So the activity page is almost like your bank account. It's like a statement of all your activity. So your total rubies are all the rubies that you gain throughout the course of the app. You gain rubies by creating topics, by replying to topics, and even, and kind of most especially, when somebody else replies to your topic. Ultimately, what we want from Outspoken is to spark as much conversation and discussion as possible. And so those people who do that well will be rewarded with rubies.
When you get rubies, you can give them away to other people. Let's say you really like a clip, you want to show your appreciation, you can give one or multiple rubies. And so when you give rubies away, they don't get taken away from your total rubies, so you'll always have that to kind of look at and see everything I've ever earned, but they draw from your bank. So your bank is just your total rubies minus the number of rubies you've given away. So as I give one away, for example, I gave Jane Doe a ruby right here, it takes one away, it will remove one from my bank. When somebody replies to my topic, I get 50 rubies. If somebody gives me a ruby, obviously I get a ruby. If I create a topic, or just reply to somebody else's topic, I'll get 10 rubies. All the individual numbers, still kind of thinking through those, but the basic concept is you'll have your total rubies, that'll never go down, and then what you give away to people, that will be taken away from your bank.
All right, so what did I do this week? One, I finished topic detail. That was at the top of the list. I did get that done. You'll be seeing that pretty soon. I also worked on promotion. So started looking at, first off, you'll see these videos get better over the next few weeks. Little things. I'm not all of a sudden going to get some fancy camera or anything like that, but I want to take care of, the production of this. Ultimately, it's a chronicle, and I want to put effort into it. I am putting effort into it, and so you'll see little changes within the production of these videos. In addition, I'm starting to think about how to actually expand, reach of this particular chronicle, even beyond the app itself. Started posting on Reddit. Like I said, you guys will see me. I'm going to start posting on Twitter likely this week or next, but I'll update you on that either way. And the final thing is started thinking about messaging. What's the quickest way to describe what Outspoken is about? And ultimately, it's a forum where you can create your own topics and reply to other people's topics, and everything is a video. It's as simple as that. On a larger scale, it's about creating community. It's about discussing topics. It's about conversation and being opinionated in our viewpoints, all of that. But fundamentally, it's a forum. Create a topic, reply to a topic, and it's in this format. And so I think that's an easy way to describe, easy thing to envision, and is broad enough to really encompass what I see the potential of it as, as it grows over time. So that's what I got done this week. All right, so what am I going to get done this week? Hopefully a haircut. I mean, this is ridiculous. I haven't had one in quarantine yet, but we won't count that. That'll be a given. So haircut. And then onto the real list, the Explore layout. So the second tab of the app is going to be a way to find all the interesting topics. I just want to see, obviously home is going to be all the, kind of a carousel of videos. The second tab, the Explore tab or Discover tab, I haven't really settled on the name yet, but that tab is going to be a way to find out all the popular topics and kind of go through and see which ones you want to see the responses of, or which ones you want to respond to yourself. And so figuring out how to display that in a way that's not only accessible in terms of being easy to understand and easy to see on first glance, but also exciting enough to kind of be visually stimulating. It's something you're going to be looking at a lot, and so thinking through the layout of Explore and the page. So that's one. Number two, same type of thing for activity. So activity is going to lay out all of the replies to your topics, all of the people who have given you rubies. Yeah, for now it's just those two, but it's ultimately kind of going to be a tracker of the number, how many rubies you have and all the rubies you get, kind of your transaction, your bank account, if you will. And so thinking through the layout of that. And then final thing, as usual, I will leave it as a wild card. And yeah, fill you guys in next week. As always, like, subscribe, follow the journey, leave a comment. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys next week.